Hello, Peter. I'm taking a script to keep you informed the situation of your return PC. As you can see, the system back to as originally working situation. So what you can see from this one is that on the desktop. So all the contents that originally in your PC is still as what it was, and all the contents is still here. So we can quickly to go through it from the all application. As you mentioned, you care about the mainly is the Office. So the install Office is still on the computer and still function properly. As I can browse Access 2016 is here, and we browse down. Excel is here, and then we can still see from your OneDrive and OneNote and Publishare, and the Word is somewhere. I guess it says the Word. And then also I noticed that you do have Outlook 16 as well. So we quickly to have a look on the Outlook, and then all your contents of your emails looks like still here. That's the main things showing that the system is working proper. And also you mentioned about you have lots of downloads. I don't know what they are, but I just browsing your File Explorer system, so we can see from the download directory you have lots of downloads. I did not attempt anything, but I can read from those names, and then it looks like the things you mentioned is still here. So that looks like the whole system is working. I tested for a while already. Say like open the browser, play YouTube, browsing my internet, and also some web pages. So it seems working to me. So that's the situation. And while you was on the phone, I hear that you mentioned about that you do have the data you care about, like the download password of the Office or something like that. So for those situations, I do have some suggestion for your future use. So computer really cannot be 100% relying on for the data. So for the private data that you think you cannot afford to lose, you should keep a backup externally from the computer. Suggestion like you keep notes for the password, downloads for the multimedia things like DVD or Blu-ray disc, or you can multi-copy to another PC. So at this moment, just in case for recently, I do have some quick backup for you from the C drive, which you mentioned all your downloads and the data on the C drive. So what I did is on the D drive, the hard drive, I do create two directories. One is C drive copy. The other is called C image. What I did is on the C drive copy, I copy paste the whole C drive contents onto this directory. And also I do use the backup software called Ghost to make a Ghost image of the whole C drive as well, and put it under the directory of C image. So temporarily you have duplicate data on D drive, which originally on C drive. So that's temporary protection for you. So if when you receive the PC, and you can make a copy and put it elsewhere, or if you really don't care about it, and then you don't want to to take up your D drive space, you just simply delete it. It's no harm. So we have shown that the download is there, application is there, and it looks working proper, and I do make up the temporary copy on D drive as well. So one more thing, Peter, I want to mention is that luckily this time the system corrupt is just minor things on the software. So we somehow just eventually get it fixed, and then the software and the data don't have to be attempted. But it's not always like such a case when the system fails. So during the years, I do have lots of people have a corrupted software, and eventually you cannot put it up back at all. And to make the system back to work, we had to rip off all the things from scratch and restore things. If that is the case, those data on the hard drive or the SSD drive will be totally lost. So for that purpose in mind, that I strongly suggest that you do regularly back up the data, your private data that you think you cannot afford to lose. So also I want to mention to the PC warranty is that actually we provide hardware faulty warranty. So whatever faulty on the hardware, we do guarantee during the warranty period time to get it fixed or replace it. But those data or software corrupt or damaged or lost, since the hardware faulty, is not under our warranty. So of course we do try to do our best to help people out of the trouble if those bad things happen, but sometimes really beyond our controls, like if that hard drive is physically damaged or malfunction, which really cannot make it work again, so all the data will lost. So luckily this time it's not that situation, so we can make it back to work. So that's one thing. One time again, strongly recommend you regularly back up your things. So I hear that you mentioned about your emails, that you do have all those downloads and the passwords you purchased online is all on the email, and I notice you do use Outlook. Suggestion for those situations is that you do you download those things, but make the Outlook setup, keep the original copy on the mail server as well. Don't delete it. If you delete it, and then whatever happened on your hard drive, all contents will gone. If you keep the original copy on the mail server, even your hard drive, wherever is happened, and then your email things still available on the mail server. You just, for example, I notice you're using Gmail, so you just log on Gmail, use your username and password, and then you still can download all those things back when you have a system back to work. But if you do set up is delete the things after I download, and then nobody can help, so you don't have a backup on the mail server. So that's also my suggestion, and that's the experience from the other customers as well. They do have some people using Outlook, and then they don't keep original copy on the server, and then they totally lost because the corrupt software or hardware faulty. So we don't want those bad things happen, but really cannot be perfect for everything. So if it do happen, I want to say everybody minimize the loss at the lowest level. Alright, so that's my suggestion. So for your reference as well, I finished this testing and showing the script. I will upload to YouTube and send you a link. You have a look. And this piece you will long testing overnight tonight as well. So I use the testing program which called 3D Max, and I looping it and set the extreme level, and then I keep the system running, make sure it's working proper until I'm confident about the situation. I will pack it up and send it back to you. Alright, so that's all I can tell at the moment. Peter, see you next time.